Hello everyone, in this video we're going to take our first step towards Python. To start off with, let me open Python. Let me just go to the search box and let me just click on Python 3.7. So here we have. So this window over here is known as Python console or Python command window. So what are these three arrow marks for? So these are for the inputs. So basically this window, that is the Python console, is used and mostly preferred for a one-line code. So as we upgrade, that is on using multiple lines of code, we'll be using other software tools of Python. So before getting into the concept, let me ask a question. Why should we code? So to answer that, let me just bring my notepad up. So why should we code? So nowadays, everyone will be having these mobile phones, computers, laptops, and tablets. So in those, you will have something called as the virtual assistant. In iPhones, they are known as Siri. In Android, they are known as Google Assistant. And in Microsoft or Windows, they are known as Cortana. So they are designed to do our tasks. So for example, hey Cortana, did you see that? So that's how it works. It waits to get our data. So let's go to the process. Let me take the language as English, and this English should be converted to the computer language, which is in the form of zeros and ones. So how does this conversion takes place? So this is where the computer language or the programming language comes into account. The computer or the programming languages like C, C++, Java, and even Python. So the English over here has been input as Python, and this Python is read by the computer and understood by the computer in the form of zeros and ones. And then further it does our tasks. So this is how the process goes on. So that's it. Let me just close this window. So coming to the concept, whatever input we give over here, the same will be given as the output. So let's check it. Let's begin with hello world. Let's press enter. Here we have the hello world. So basically, you'll have a doubt over here. Why most of the programming languages have the initial phase or the concept starts with hello world concept. So why is it so? So let me just bring my notepad back. So this hello world was framed by a man named Brian Kernighan, and he framed in his book known as the C programming language. This was framed in the year 1970. So this is when this hello world came into existence. So that's it about it. So let me just close it. So we've given this, so let me just print it without these quotes. Let's try it out. Oops, there's an error known as the syntax error. So this means the computer did not understand what we are trying to convey to it. So to solve this, I'm going to bring an inbuilt function, which is the print. And let me just complete it with these parentheses or brackets. So why are these parentheses for? These parentheses are used to pass on something to it. Like for example, I'm gonna pass hello world to it. So let me just press enter. Here we have hello world. So that's it regarding hello world. So now let's jump on to some calculations. So let me press 1 and let's see whether it can print out 1. Yes, the output prints 1. Now let's deal with some calculations. 1 plus 4. Okay, it prints 5. Now let's check on with subtraction. 5 minus 3. Yes, it prints out 2. So let's check whether it can print out a negative number. It can print that too. So now moving on to multiplication. Let me just take a simple 1, 2 into 2, which is 4. Okay. Now how do we print 2 power 3? That's easy. 2 into 2 into 2. So that's it. Let's press enter. Here we have 8. So how to print 2 power 3 in a different way? So there's another method. So let me just print 2 and 2 power 3. Here we have the same answer. The meaning of this is 2 power 3. Here you have to use the operator twice. So now moving on to the next, which is division. I'll take a simple example, which is 9/3. Here you might have a doubt. Why is there a 0.0 and why not over here? So these numbers are called as integers or int, and this number is known as float or floating numbers. So in division, while solving, every time you'll have this number, which is the float number. So on taking the next example, which is 10 divided by 3, here you'll have a list of numbers. If you find it annoying, there's a solution to it, which is you can use the slash twice. And now you'll have this number alone. So this is the quotient. So how will you find the remainder? There's a solution to it. That is, you have to use the percentage symbol and the number, which is 3. Now press enter. You'll have the remainder 1. So that's all about calculations. Now let's move on to the combination of operators. Let's see how it works with the combination. My first example will be 2 into 60 plus 30. Now let me press enter. Here we have 150. So how is it done? The computer uses the same rule, which is the board mass. So initially it multiplies 2 with 60 and then it adds with 30. So overall we'll have 150. So let me take the second example as 30 plus 2 and into 60. So what will be the output of this? Here we have 1920. So in this, it takes the values inside the parentheses or brackets first and then it multiplies with 60. So this is how the calculations are done. So that's it for this lecture. So I hope everyone have got a little bit hands-on experience with this console. So thank you. See you soon.